Welcome, and hooday, everyone. Today, we're going to look at the best 5 seasons in the history of the Cincinnati Bengals. While the Bengals' history is littered with some lowlights, it also has some high points as well. Let's dive in and take a look. We begin at number 5 with the Bengals' 2005 season. It marked a significant turning point for the franchise as they clinched their first AFC North Division title and playoff berth since 1990, finishing the regular season with an 11-5 record. This resurgence was led by head coach Marvin Lewis and was characterized by a high-power offense and an opportunistic defense. Quarterback Carson Palmer was at the heart of Cincinnati's offensive success, showcasing his skills as one of the league's top passers. Palmer threw for 3,836 yards and 32 touchdowns against just 12 interceptions, completing 67.8% of his passes. This performance earned him a spot in the Pro Bowl and solidified his status as one of the NFL's elite quarterbacks. Wide receiver Chad Johnson, known for his flamboyant personality and exceptional talent on the field, was Palmer's primary target. Johnson led the AFC with 1,432 yards on 97 receptions, which included 9 touchdowns. His dynamic playmaking ability and deep threat capacity were crucial elements of the Bengals' aerial attack. TJ Houshmandzadeh also emerged as a significant contributor, catching 76 passes for 956 yards and 7 touchdowns. His reliability and chemistry with Palmer provided the Bengals with an effective 1-2 punch in the passing game. Running back Rudy Johnson was the main rusher, throwing for 1,458 yards and 12 touchdowns. His physical running style and durability were instrumental in balancing the Bengals' offensive playbook, allowing them to maintain a dual-threat capability. On defense, the Bengals were known to generate turnovers. Defensive end Justin Smith and linebacker Odell Thurman were standout performers. Thurman, in particular, made an immediate impact as a rookie, with 5 interceptions and 4 forced fumbles, showcasing his knack for being around the ball. The Bengals, however, ended their season in disappointment with a first-round playoff loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Early in the game, Carson Palmer was hit by Kimo von Oelhoffen and suffered a torn ACL. The Bengals would go on to lose that game. However, the season marked a big turning point for the franchise. Next, we have the 2015 Bengals season, which was one of high expectations and significant achievements, as the team showcased its depth and talent by starting off 8-0 and finishing the regular season with a 12-4 record. The performance earned them the AFC North title and marked their 5th consecutive playoff appearance. The season was characterized by a balanced and potent offense, a stout defense, and a standout performance by key players. Quarterback Andy Dalton had a career year, leading the offense with precision and efficiency until a thumb injury in Week 14 sidelined him for the remainder of the season. Dalton threw for 3,250 yards and 25 touchdowns against just 7 interceptions in 13 games, posting a 106.3 passer rating. His leadership and improved play were pivotal in the Bengals' success. Wide receiver A.J. Green was Dalton's primary target and continued to be one of the NFL's elite receivers. Green amassed 1,297 yards and 10 touchdowns on 86 receptions, showcasing his exceptional route running ability and hands. His performances were crucial in key victories throughout the season. Tight end Tyler Eifert emerged as a red zone threat, catching 52 passes for 615 yards and 13 touchdowns. Eifert's ability to make contested catches and his chemistry with Dalton made him a vital component of the Bengals' offense. Running backs Jeremy Hill and Giovanni Bernard formed a dynamic duo in the backfield, Hill rushing for 794 yards and 11 touchdowns, while Bernard added 730 rushing yards and 472 receiving yards, providing a versatile threat in both the running and passing games. The Bengals' defense was among the league's best, led by standout performances from defensive lineman Geno Atkins and cornerback Adam Jones. Atkins registered 11 sacks, dominating the line of scrimmage, while Jones contributed with 3 interceptions and solid coverage, earning Pro Bowl selections. Once again, however, the Bengals season would end with disappointment. With Andy Dalton's injury, the Bengals started A.J. McCarron at quarterback, and while he played well, it wasn't enough to overcome a critical fumble and costly penalties at the end of the wild-card game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The loss was yet another in a string of playoff disappointments for the Bengals, leaving the franchise and its fans longing for playoff redemption. It would finally come 6 years later. The Bengals' 2021 season showcased a young, dynamic team that exceeded expectations and revitalized the fan base. Under the leadership of head coach Zach Taylor, the Bengals finished the regular season with a 10-7 record, clinching the AFC North Division title for the first time since 2015. The success was driven by a high-powered offense led by quarterback Joe Burrow and rookie wide receiver Jamar Chase, along with a resilient and opportunistic defense. Burrow, in his second year, made a remarkable comeback from a knee injury suffered the previous season. Burrow passed for 4,611 yards and 34 touchdowns with a 70.4% completion percentage, which led the NFL. His leadership, poise, and accuracy were instrumental in the Bengals' offensive resurgence. Jamar Chase, Burrow's former college teammate at LSU, had an outstanding rookie season. Chase caught 81 passes for 1,455 yards and 13 touchdowns, breaking the NFL's rookie receiving yards record. His explosive playmaking ability and chemistry with Burrow transformed Cincinnati's passing game into one of the most feared in the league. Running back Joe Mixon also had a resurgence in his career, rushing for over 1,205 yards and 13 touchdowns. His ability to gain tough yards and contribute in the passing game provided balance to the Bengals' attack. The defense, which was characterized by consistent play and getting key turnovers, was led by defensive end Trey Hendrickson, who registered 14 sacks. The Bengals' playoff run was nothing short of special. The Bengals earned their first victory in the playoffs in over 30 years with a wild card round over the Las Vegas Raiders. Victories over the Tennessee Titans and a comeback win over the Kansas City Chiefs on the road in the AFC title game led them to their first Super Bowl since the 1988 season. Although the team fell short in the Super Bowl against Los Angeles Rams, the 2021 season represented a resurgence of Bengals football, laying a strong foundation for future success and exciting a fan base eager for championship glory. In the number 2 spot, we have the Bengals' 1981 season, which marked a landmark in franchise history with their first Super Bowl appearance. Finishing the regular season with a 12-4 record, the Bengals clinched the AFC Central Division title. The success was propelled by a mix of strategic coaching, a potent offense, and a resilient defense. Key to the Bengals' offensive dominance was quarterback Ken Anderson, who enjoyed a standout season. Anderson threw for 3,754 yards and 29 touchdowns, earning him the Most Valuable Player award of the NFL. His leadership and precision passing were instrumental in Cincinnati's offensive strategy, making him a pivotal figure throughout the season. Another crucial player for the Bengals was rookie wide receiver Chris Collinsworth. Collinsworth racked up 1,009 receiving yards and 8 touchdowns on 67 receptions, showcasing his speed and ability to make big plays. On the ground, running back Pete Johnson powered through defenses, accumulating 1,077 yards and 12 touchdowns. His physical running style provided a balanced attack to the Bengals' offenses, complementing their aerial assault. Their defense, despite lacking any widespread name recognition, played with cohesiveness and toughness. Defensive end Ross Browner and linebacker Reggie Williams were standouts, contributing significantly to the team's ability to stifle opposing offenses. The Bengals' journey to Super Bowl XVI was marked with memorable playoff victories, including the Freezer Bowl, a dramatic win against the San Diego Chargers in the AFC Championship game. Although the Bengals ultimately fell to the 49ers in the Super Bowl, their 1981 season remains a high point in the franchise's history, celebrated for its remarkable achievements and the foundation it laid for future successes. In the number 1 position, we have the 1988 Bengals season, which culminated in the team's second Super Bowl appearance. The team finished with a 12-4 record and the AFC Central Division title, showcasing a dynamic and powerful offensive unit complemented by a stout defense. Quarterback Boomer Esiason stood out as the team's offensive leader, delivering an MVP-worthy performance. Esiason threw for 3,572 yards and 28 touchdowns with a completion percentage of 57.6%. His ability to command the offense and make decisive plays was a key factor in Cincinnati's potent aerial attack. A significant contributor to the Bengals' offensive success was running back Ickey Woods, who burst onto the scene in his rookie year. Woods rushed for 1,066 yards and 15 touchdowns, captivating fans with his powerful running style and the iconic Ickey Shuffle touchdown dance. His performances added a critical dimension to the Bengals' ground game. Wide receiver Eddie Brown was another vital component to the Bengals' offense, amassing 1,273 yards and 9 touchdowns on 53 catches. Brown's speed and route running ability made him a constant threat to opposing defenses, providing Esiason with a reliable target downfield. Tight end Rodney Holman also made significant contributions, adding 736 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns. His versatility both as a pass catcher and a blocker helped balance the Bengals' offensive strategy. On defense, the Bengals were led by standout performances by cornerback Eric Thomas and safety David Fulcher. Thomas and Fulcher's playmaking abilities in the secondary were crucial in limiting opposing offenses, with Fulcher earning All-Pro honors for his efforts. The Bengals strode through the playoffs on the way to Super Bowl XXIII, but ultimately fell in a heartbreaking fashion to the 49ers. Despite the loss, the season is still a cherished memory for Bengals fans, and until the team wins a Super Bowl, the 1988 season will remain the best season in Bengals history. And there are the best 5 seasons in Bengals history. Which one was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hoo day, and thank you for watching.